also, guys, I also didn't stream yesterday because I had a bunch of like doctor appointments, but then I also went to donate plasma because they can't steal plasma. Well, I mean, okay, technically you can, but like it would be really hard. You know what I mean? Like what do you mean Gun Run broke into my house with a giant needle to steal my plasma? You know what I mean? Like that's not gonna happen. I'd like to see them try, honestly. I'd really like to see them try. And also, I will donate at the end of the stream. So what happened was I wanted to donate, but then it made me have to like put a couple cents into your bank to confirm that, you know, like when you link a bank into an account for the first time, it's like, we're gonna make sure it's actually you. How many cents did we just put into your bank account? And also it's gonna take like 4 days. I'm like, okay, great. Stealing people's blood seems more like a phase connect thing. You're so right. How do you think they make all that coffee, chat? What do you think those coffee grounds are made out of? Definitely not coffee. Now I'm just imagining the little pipe going from your arm under the bed, and Gun Run is just oh hell nah. He like uncaps it and puts it into his little bucket. You're a freak, chat. Anyways, everybody should do their best to donate. You know, if you can't donate money, plasma is a wonderful, wonderful way to not have to spend $1 bajillion. It takes a bit of your time. So what happened was yesterday I went to donate my plasma, but it had been over like 6 months since I donated plasma. And if you wait, if you don't donate plasma a second time within a 6-month window, then, you know, they make you go through the whole like boarding process again. So yeah, all in all, it took 2 hours. I just walked in, I watched a stupid 17-minute video, took like a quiz, did a bunch of I took a routine physical. They took like a little, you know, when they like stab your finger and take some of your blood and make sure that you have like enough plasma to red blood cell ratio to donate. Yeah, I did that. Then they took my plasma. Honestly, on a scale of 1 to 10, it really is not that bad. It's like more uncomfortable than it is like painful. I'd say like a 2 on the pain scale. It was just mostly uncomfortable because it's like kind of cold, because, you know, when they take your plasma, they're giving back your blood and they're also giving you IV fluids afterwards too. So your arm is like gonna be a little cold, and I'd say that's what makes it uncomfortable. And then obviously, like, I can't look when they insert the needles. I just like look away and then they cover it up and then I don't have to see it, which is nice. Yeah, all I really want to say is please go support the 3 girls that were in the Lost VShojo gen. I really wish more people were mentioning that 3 very small indies were basically trapped in the VShojo shoe closet for what is seemingly over a year. And, you know, I wish that we could talk, like, the girls mention it in their videos and their tweets, but think about the implications of that. I just think, like, the whole hiatus, like, you have to graduate to get into like a VTuber agency thing. I think that it can be predatory. And I say that because if you think about it, you're giving up, you're basically abandoning the IP and branding that puts you on the map in the first place. Like, you auditioned with this persona, with this like portfolio, and now you have to abandon it for seemingly an indefinite amount of time. And in that time, you no longer profit from that IP and brand because you're not streaming, you're not making any new content, like you're on hiatus, you've graduated. So like, that's just there collecting dust. You're basically forfeiting any opportunities that could have come if you had continued like building your brand and opportunities. Also, I think that it makes it so that there is no fallback plan for you, and so you really need to depend on the agency that you just signed up with, because now there's no fallback plan. It's like sunk cost fallacy. Like, you've already put 6 months into waiting to debut, and now they're making you wait another 6 months. But 6 months has already passed. You can't take that time back. And like, the community's probably moved on. They've probably mourned the VTuber already. So like, they have, who knows if they're still around. And these are very small girls. Like, they're not like, they didn't have like a million sub channel and like thousands upon thousands of people waiting for them. And I feel like it just feels so predatory. Like they were put in a position where there was no fallback plan. They couldn't like say or do anything. It didn't seem like anyone in VShojo even knew that they were going to debut in VShojo. And so like, that total isolation from the rest of the branch, and just finding out like little snippets here and there, from what it seemed like, you know, they were just like, yeah, graduate now, you'll debut like in a couple months. And then they would like update them very rarely, and if they did, it was like nothing to do with actual like the rest of the branch. It was just like, oh, by the way, we're changing your budget for debut. It's only $1,000 now. Like that's all we're covering. Like, what? Okay, I don't know if I misheard that part in Tori Orian's video, but they said that they changed the budget that they gave the girls to debut. And like, from what I've heard from other people, and I won't mention who, but they originally were giving out like a very big like debut budget. Like, I'm talking like 5 figures. So I was just I'm just so stunned that like this continues to be a practice. Like, let them stream. Like, let them stream and build up like their own momentum, so that when they do graduate and appear somewhere else, like, they're even bigger, and it's gonna be even more hype than had they, you know, taken a whole year off and just appeared somewhere. Like, why force them to, you know, be basically unemployed for an indefinite amount of time, not even sure when you're gonna debut? And oh god, I just can't even imagine how they're feeling. Like, you know, Phoebe, for instance, like, she's a Kai Guy idol, and I've seen her for so long. Like, she has been around being a Kai Guy idol far before I was even a VTuber, and I think like she is one of the most like underrated singers in the community, and she's such an amazing performer, and for her to spend all those years getting so close, like, she had signed the contract, she was in VShojo, and then all of a sudden, like, it's just gone. And what do you fall back on? Like, you can't give someone the time that was taken from you. I don't know. I just so wish that, I feel like that is one of the saddest things that have come out of all of this. Like, there were so many girls just like seemingly in a shoe closet with their careers and their lives put on hold because the company just didn't know what they were doing. And so many times, like time and time again, I see this happening. Like, it's not just VShojo. I think it's a lot of VTuber agencies. Like, stop onboarding people if you can't afford just taking care of the ones you already have. It's just so, I don't know, like, could you have spent that money on VShojo after party mixers, on the talents, or perhaps, wild idea, paying them out? Question mark? Maybe don't take a loan to pay off a loan, because now how are you going to pay back that loan? Oh my god, it's just so infuriating. Like, these companies, they feed off of the goodwill of the people that believe in their talents. Chat, you would not invest your money in VShojo if it wasn't for the talents, okay? Like, VShojo by itself is nothing. You trusted these streamers, and this is the thing that I think a lot of people don't understand, like when they're from the outside looking in, they don't understand anything about the VTubers. Like you, the viewer, watch these girls like appear out of nowhere with nothing, like 0 viewers, like a little PNG avatar, and you watch them grow from 0 to, you know, where they are now, and then you watch them get an incredible life-changing opportunity into an agency. Like of course you're gonna be so attached to them, and you're gonna follow them everywhere no matter what. And like it sucks when like companies take advantage of that and just give you merch. Maybe they don't even give you any merch at all, and then these girls, like, they have like they're owed their money, and this is what happens. This is what happened to me with the merch, with the animation studio that scammed me, and it happened to them. They would promise and promise and promise that they would, you know, deliver, and then, you know, you're already like a cup like this much in, like you're already waiting like 6 months. Like what's another 6 months? It's the sunk cost fallacy, and it gets to a point where like you feel as if you can't piss them off, because if you piss them off or get on their bad side, then what happens if they just don't pay you at all? Then what? And now it feels like you're stuck. You're in a hostage situation where you're just like stepping on eggshells to make sure, like, because you don't want to think about what the implication would be if there really wasn't any money to pay you out. Like you don't want to think about that, and so you wait and you put trust in these people that were like, you know, that seemingly had high hopes for you and saw that and gave you value. Basically, a lot of VTubers, when they like don't get into an agency, myself included, like it is so hard on our perception and value of ourselves and our content. Like it sucks to be told that you are not good enough to get into this company. Like you are not what we are looking for, and like you put your all into auditioning, and like you're thinking of all the possibilities and all the things that could, you know, all the doors that can open if you get in, and to be told like, you know, you're not enough, like that fucking sucks. But then let's say you do get in, and now you feel like a giant wave of gratitude to like, I want to make everyone in here proud, like they invested in me when I was just like a little guy, and like this means the world to me. And you know, to slowly watch that veil kind of tear away over time must be so confusing and so hard to even discern, almost like. And now like I'm seeing that like there were such aggressive NDAs that the girls literally could not speak to each other about like their payouts, and that's what causes isolation between victims. This is exactly what happened with the animation studio that scammed me and like a billion other people. We weren't talking to each other, and we just thought it was like an outlet. We were the outlier. We didn't know how many other people were involved, like because no one was talking to each other. And that is a tactic so that they can get away with taking advantage of you, basically. Because if you're just one person against this huge entity, like, yeah, I would be scared shitless. I wouldn't want to like be 1v100. Like that sounds terrible. But you know, there is strength in numbers, and that's why it is so important to like talk to each other. And it sucks so bad that they were hit with such aggressive NDAs that everyone was just scared and didn't do it, and that's how they got away with it for so fucking long. And that makes me so pissed off and so mad. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen. It's so egregious, just like comical levels of evil. I just, you know, over the years I've felt that the goodwill between VShojo and indies were diminishing, because the very first set of auditions from VShojo, they just forgot about it, chat. They forgot about it. They forgot about the auditions for like a year. So all the people that were finalists, they never heard from them, like ever again. And then like after a year had passed, someone at headquarters was probably like, oh yeah, whatever happened to that one audition? And they're like, oh, dude, weren't you supposed to take care of that? And they're like, well, don't look at me. So yeah, a lot of people I know made it to the final round, and then we're like, oh yeah, we forgot about this. Here's $500, by the way. What? What? Like, think about it. Let's say you get into the final round, like you don't know for sure if you're gonna get in, but a lot of people were hoping they'd get in, and they put debuts and other like on halt until they found out if they got in or not. Excuse me. And that's where the goodwill was kind of shattered, right? Like, you're waiting for a job callback, and so you're like, should I apply for more jobs? Like, should I cancel this vacation? Like, maybe I should stick around and stay available in case like they get back to me. And then they take like a year. Hello? Yeah, of course people are gonna be upset. And then you know, the auditions for the second round happened, and then like we were just like, nah, there's no way. We are not auditioning again. Like, we are not putting ourselves through that ever again. Are you kidding me? That sucks. They're probably gonna make us go through that again. But you know who did audition? The smaller indies that probably weren't there when that happened, or the smaller indies that like hadn't made it to the final round to actually know what happened. Because like that whole incident, like, we were very like, no one really knew who made it is the thing. So no one was talking to each other, and that's where it happens again. It's the isolation tactic. Like, we didn't know who actually got in and who made it or not. And so like, we're like, oh, so they also gave you $500? That's crazy. After a year of waiting, if you actually got in or not, that's crazy. I don't know. It's so, I don't know. I don't know, you think that the people that pretend to be your family would never do that to you, and then you realize at the end of the day that like all the love you put into your job and your work and the workplace that you're in was just like a means to an end for someone else. It's so incredibly, like, how can you trust ever again? How can the one entity that promised you that they would never do any of that to you, like, do that to you and then expect you to be normal after that? And I hate it. I hate it when people conflate this entire situation to drama. Like, this is not drama. This is a crime. this is a crime totaling up to maybe millions in revenue. Like, we don't even know the extent of how much some of these girls are owed because they're like, you know, they're not allowed to legally speak on it. This is not a drama at all. Like, this is just like egregious theft, and like the amount of people that were taken advantage, and for how long, chat? Like, I was there when I saw Nyan, Silver, and Vey. Like, they took so much heat for leaving VShojo, and so many people owe them an apology. Like, so many people. I saw all the narratives, chat. Like, don't act like you didn't see it either. Like, you guys saw it too. People were saying some really nasty shit to them when they were just protecting themselves. They were like, they saw through the cracks first and got out, and they were punished because of that. And you know, like, the fact that Yan was swatted at some point and like still continued the sponsorship and then was not even paid for it. Like, you don't care about your talents. You don't care about your talent safety. How can you say that and then not even pay her out after like a literal life-altering experience happening midstream? I don't know. It's every single new detail. It feels like a horrible dream. It feels like a nightmare that was written by like a AI bot. Do you know what I mean? Like, how can some people be so evil? What do you mean that just by asking someone to check over a contract, just by asking my lawyer to check over a contract, you will then guilt trip me by saying I don't trust the company enough to just sign the contract blindly? What do you mean? Everyone should have a lawyer look over a contract. I don't care if it's terms of services to play Uma Musume. You should maybe read that shit, especially when your IP and your brand's gonna be connected to that for like years. but we're family. But we're family. Oh, so when I get swatted, you're just gonna give me a pizza party? When I get swatted, you're just gonna like leave me for dead after I leave the company and just like totally let me completely like, they were just tanking all that shit, by the way, like 4 years. 4 years, these girls were just tanking all the nasty shit people were like cooking up about how they probably got kicked out. No, brother, they were owed like 6 figures worth of money that just never saw the light of day. And it's crazy that the people that trusted VShojo the most, the people that like saw the dream, shared the same dream, invested in it, knew that there were some cracks but were willing to fix it, those were the people that were punished the absolute most. The people that like got out were the people that, you know, saw that and wanted to protect themselves. I don't know. It makes me so f***ing sad. Also, can I say, I've been to the mixers, like, your co-founder should not be drinking to that extent, okay? Like, I've seen this guy go to parties, like, smash. Like, please, like, if you're gonna be doing that shit in a public setting, like, maybe don't do it when all, like, your like, potential clients are around. Jesus Christ. Stop. Why are you spending millions of dollars on mixers and advertisements when, like, all you're putting out on your channel are, like, videos in between like months of silence? It's just so like, what are you, how do you blow through millions of dollars of investor money in like 2 years? Like, what in the world could have cost that much money? And why haven't some of your like clients had like 3D concerts yet? Like, hello? I don't know. I think it's really just when you're like in an industry like this, you don't know what to say, like what you can say and what you are allowed to say, because you don't want to like fuck up any opportunities for yourself. But I don't know. In a perfect world, people are good to each other and don't just, I don't know, steal from a disabled woman. Like, hello? Actual comically villainous backstory. Never in a million years could I ever think of like, yeah, like make up a villain backstory. How do you make that? You can't even make it up. This ain't even mentioning how Mint was just like a secret VShojo and then was also put in the shoe closet. Like, why dangle the carrot in front of someone when you know you don't have the means to like actually support them? Spending more than like your means. Isn't that something like, that's not something a company should do when so many people depend on it. What if I exploded, chat? I was not intending on talking about this, but god damn, this it makes me so mad. Like, it really reminds me of when like the old days. I saw Sai talk about it, but like MCNs on YouTube, like we all thought that, and I was a part of it too. Like, I got bamboozled. They took like thousands of dollars from me. Like, I signed up with an MCN on YouTube thinking they'd like help with my channel and my content. No, dude, they did jack for me. Like, everything they did for me, I could have done myself. And I feel like so many VTubers need to know that. They need to know that you can do this yourself and you don't actually need a company, because most of the time the companies don't even offer that to you anyways, unless you're like their 1%, 0.1% talent. And even then, like, look what they did to Iron Mouse. It's so fucking egregious. Like, and thank God that she has so much goodwill of the people that love her, simply of the virtue that she's a wonderful, kind person, and the community came together and rallied together to try to make not even it was none of their wrongs, making the wrongs a right, but it was not even their fault. Like, have you seen the tweets of these girls saying like, I will just, if you have not received any payment from VShojo, I will just pay for you? Like, how in the world are the people that are the worst victims of this doing cleanup for the company that f***ed up to begin with? Like, where the f*** are they? Hiding behind a lawyer? Oh, so when like the girls are asking a lawyer to look at their contract, you can't trust them anymore. You think that they don't trust the company enough to just sign the contract. But when you actually f up, then you hide behind a lawyer. That's so like hypocritical. They're on the yacht. Yeah, clearly. I bet they all share the same damn yacht. Haha, NDA, can't talk about this shit. Oh, okay, all right. So, with what money are you gonna sue me for breaking NDA? You couldn't even pay your workers. You can't sue me with what money? Do you guys remember my VTuber agency crash out like a little bit ago? I'm just saying the exact same things I said during that. I'm just saying the exact same thing. It's just always gonna be a tech bro with too much money trying to make HoloLive. At the center of every exploded corporation is a tech bro with too much money. Now, if you'll excuse me, I will be playing Uma Musume.